my name's Laura Mackey. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, right on the Norfolk-Suffolk border in East Anglia. So yeah, thank you for joining me and coming to see how I made the dinky paper pumpkin boxes. Where is a real life-size box? Right here. Let me grab one. I've tried to sort of impersonate it as close as possible. I recently hosted a paper pumpkin sort of an introduction evening with our field, I can't think of the name of it now, field something manager, basically it's the old DDM, and I still kind of call it that because I can't, field something manager it is. So yeah, she came to my area and I hosted an event with 2 other local demonstrators to me, and we had the option to bring some sweets and little bits, and I made these for the tables for each of the attendees. And inside I've even cut up some of the blue paper so it looks just like the real thing. And then inside, when I recently went on holiday to Greece, I picked up some mini Kit Kats. I'd already made the boxes and I was kind of hoping that they would fit. And when I got back, they were the perfect size. Really frustrated though, because we don't seem to have these in the UK. So wherever you're in the world, you may be able to get these. They are basically from a big old bag. These are what I got at the airport. I want to say they had them at Stansted on our way out, but I didn't buy them on the way out because I just thought, oh, I don't want to be worried about chocolate melting in a hot country and stuff. So I got them on the way home. But yeah, Kit Kat Mini, and there was 23 in the bag. And I can't find them anywhere in the UK. If you're watching this video and you've seen them somewhere, please comment and I will try and locate them from your recommendation. But yeah, so these hold this Kit Kat. However, I just kind of did it on a scale to match the paper pumpkin box, and it would fit other little sweets inside too. The lid is slightly different. So on the real paper pumpkin box, the lid sits inside. That's my new one. I haven't even opened that yet. But my lid goes over the top. But I cut up some of the blue tissue paper. So hopefully when someone, if they know paper pumpkin, when they open it up, they're going to realise, oh, it's like identical. I'm so excited about these, and I hope you enjoy making them too. I'm going to drop all the measurements in the little description box below, and I think I'm also going to upload a PDF so it'll make it easier that there's pictures and sizes that you can then follow with this video. But if I do upload a PDF, I'll write that in the description below. I might just add the measurements because once you've got me making it and you can follow along. I'm going to stop waffling and we're going to get crafting. Right, so to make the mini paper pumpkin boxes, I have used Poppy Parade cardstock because I found that was kind of the closest colour to the real life paper pumpkin boxes. And then I found in my stash, this is a retired, or from a retired set. It is called, where is it? It's actually a Christmas set. It's called Sweet Home. Which used to make really cute little houses. But there is a new stamp set called, what is it called? It's got a little dot in it. Pop-Up Petals has got some spots in it. So is what we're going to do is I added Poppy Parade on Poppy Parade. I did try doing them with Craft, the white ink pad, because the real life paper pumpkin boxes kind of look like it is a craft, like they're whitey dots. But I don't know, I don't love the Craft ink and I didn't overly like the look, so I stuck with using, I'm just going over some of them that have not stamped perfectly. So I went with the Poppy Parade on the Poppy Parade, and I still like the look. So yeah, that's why I've gone this rather than the white. I don't know whether maybe my white ink pad needs a little refresh of ink. I find it takes an age to dry as well. So there you have it. Something I don't like of Stampin' Up. But I've not used it a lot either because it makes me ratty. So maybe if I gave it a little bit more time. Well, if you're watching this and you've got a top tip with the white ink, craft ink, let me know. So yeah, this is just randomly stamped all over. Hopefully you can see that okay. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer so you can see. But yeah, a page covered. It's not great light, is it? But a page covered in polka dots. Right, and then I'm going to bring my trimmer in. And I'm going to flip it over and score on the reverse. So I'm going to score at 2.5 centimetres, which is roughly an inch, and 2.5 centimetres. Then I'm going to turn it landscape and score at 2.5. Then I'm going to move it all the way along to 7.5, 10, and all the way along to 15. I'm making sure I'm super accurate with those score lines. I'm just going to grab my bone folder and a pair of paper snips. I'm going to just bone folder, burnish all those score lines with my bone folder. Get some nice crisp edges. Once you start making these actually do come together really quickly. Right, so let's cut. I'm going to cut up the score line and then angle. Up the score line and then angle. Up the score line and then angle. And the same on the end here. Sorry about my doggy. Lover. So something like that. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to turn and do the mirror image. So up the score line and taper. Up the score line, taper. Up the score line and taper. And then the same again. Up the score line and taper. I think I'm going to upload a picture of that because I do think it'll be helpful to see that close up of where I've cut, because the sun's coming out a bit now, but the light's still not great. Right, now I'm going to add some, so you can choose between, I like to use tape. So I'm going to put tape on my little tabs. I do like a bit of this tape when you're making boxes, makes it quick. And then I'm going to turn it in, bring it closer so you can see, and oh, not that. This is the Seal Plus I'm using, so it's not overly forgiving, I must say. I'm going to do the two back ones first. There. Just give that a nice little rub and then it'll adhere well. And then do the other side. And you can see how quickly these come together. So you can make loads and it wouldn't take long. So that's the base. The front, I added a little, this is my little prototype, but can you see there, hopefully it's got the little half moon. You can see a bit better there. Hopefully you can see that there. So I just used my 1-inch circle punch to go in and just sort of eyeballing it there. And I'm going to add some tape to the last two little tabs. there. So 1 and 2. And then the only other thing I did, so let's just nip that in, and then that will shut nicely. Got a little bit of glue, a little bit of tape runner poking out there. I'm just going to try and get rid of that. There we go. So that sits over there nicely like that. And the only thing I did was just on the back, just taper that back edge. So flip it and do it on that side. There. And I've just got a little bit of an overhang there, so I'm just going to give it a bit of a trim there. I think I saw a little tiny bit, yeah, on there. And you can just neaten that up. There. So then when the box shuts, there. And it's really neat, and a little tapered edge there. Now my Stampin' Up logo, I've got one here ready, is what I did is I saved the little logo off the Stampin' Up Facebook page for Paper Pumpkin, and then I added them, a load of them, to a PDF, not a PDF, I'm fibbing, to a Word document, and then I printed like a sheet of 9 and then just trimmed them up and then stuck them onto some basic white cardstock. I'm just going to just trim, not quite, there, not quite square that. So yeah, and then trimmed them up, and then I stuck them onto a piece of white, basic white cardstock. And then I've added them on there with a couple of dimensionals. I'm not sure if I can upload the document that I made with the logos, but I would just suggest save the logo off the Paper Pumpkin page. Hopefully that's okay for you to do. I mean, we can save the normal Stampin' Up logo. I'm just going to turn my camera around. Yeah, so I just saved the logo off the Paper Pumpkin Facebook page, I believe it was, and then added it into a Word document, sized it to how big I wanted it. So I did have to print it out a couple of times to get the right size, and then I just I think I printed about 9 on a sheet or something like that. I printed it on basic white, cut them out to the size I wanted, and then I stuck them to the basic white to give them, if you look on the real life box, it has a little white border. So that's what I was kind of trying to recreate. I'm not sure that I dare upload that document because I don't want to get in trouble for that. But yeah, that's basically how I did it. And what is really cute, so I've got sort of like a hiccupy thing going on, is they don't actually have to always be Paper Pumpkin boxes. They could be actually something completely different, and just a nice little cute little table treat. They'd be really cute with a bow round. Could sort of really sort of fancy them up. I wanted them quite simple to be my Paper Pumpkin boxes, but I'm waffling now. I hope you've enjoyed my video, and I hope you give them a go. If you do, please tag me on social media. I'd love to see your finished Paper Pumpkin boxes and what you use them for and who you're going to send them to. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. I'd love you to subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I create more videos. Thank you. Bye-bye.